Stay tuned as we learn how Altair Law uses big data focus groups to get better results for their clients. Thank you for joining us. I'm here with Josh White. Josh, a lot of us out in the business world hear about big data. It's kind of a buzzword, and some of us, a little bit of me, but some of us may even know generally how it might be used by companies to better their results. I know that you and your folks at Altair Law have used this big data approach in your focus groups. Can you share with our viewers a little bit about how you use it and what kind of impact it makes on your cases?
First, I just wanted to say thank you for having me. I really appreciate being here with you today. Um, Today it seems like so long ago that we lived through the pandemic. I know it's a couple of years removed now, but it's still a vivid memory for many of us. And I hate to say that the pandemic was good in any way because it was so horrific for so many people. However, for me, it forced a big change in my life. And as with many others, it forced all of us to change our practices in various ways that were vital to our survival. For me, in my practice, the use of big data focus groups is one of the more significant evolutions of my practice over the past few years. Ultimately, one born of necessity that's proven vital to improving my cases and resulted in greater successes in those cases than before. And the genesis for it is fairly straightforward. During the pandemic, two of my partners and I were faced with the prospect of trying a case that would have been either entirely remote, present but socially distanced and masked, or some combination thereof. And now we always conduct focus groups for our significant cases, particularly when they're going to trial. But conducting a traditional focus group during the pandemic, that was exceedingly challenging, if not impossible. So we started searching for alternatives to the traditional focus group and landed on the big data focus group. So what is a big data focus group? It's a focus group that is case-specific research conducted via online presentation that provides, and this is the important part, quantitative and statistically valid data that can be highly predictive of a trial verdict. And so the big data focus group provides, in some ways, the same measures to evaluate and improve your cases that traditional focus groups do, but they differ in one material way. They provide, again, statistically valid data and results that are predictive of a jury verdict at trial. And so, from my experience, the big data focus group provides data that you just can't obtain from a traditional focus group. And for me, by incorporating big data focus groups into my cases, they've had an enormous impact on creating more favorable results for my clients. And I couldn't recommend them more highly to any other practitioner doing the same thing to benefit their clients.
Wow, that's interesting. It's amazing how technology and data are bleeding into everything now, and jury selection and focus group seems on the surface to be such an interpersonal thing, but using that data in conjunction with the focus groups, I'm sure has been a huge benefit. I really appreciate you sharing that. That's really interesting information. Josh, thank you for being here. And if folks want to learn more about you and your firm, how best can they learn?
Yeah, I'd be happy to talk to anyone about how we've incorporated big data focus groups into our practice. And I think the best way to get in touch with any of us here at our firm would be to just log onto our website, www.altairlaw.com. They can find any number of ways to get in touch.
Great. Josh, really appreciate it.
Thank you. Really appreciate your time and being with you today, Paul.